Everyone thought these two were a perfect match, but their catch-up exposed how they turned out to be one of the most toxic matches ever on this show. Watch till the end to find out why.
All right, it is that time. I know they made it really tough for you, but you do have to pop one of their balloons.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm from Chicago. So are we open to long distance or relocation?
Okay.
Karma 40. Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
For both relocation and long.
Yeah, go ahead. Take me someplace, baby.
What about over here?
I am open to long distance. But have you had long distance relationship?
I have.
Okay. How did that work out?
It was terrible.
Why?
I was just being honest. Really, I was young. I was like 24, 25. So that's my only reference point for that. I can't say anything other than I was young.
So what would you do differently now?
I don't know because I'm not there yet. You know what I mean? I can't honestly say to be. I can give you all of the makeshift, the sound good answers, right? But I don't want to do that because you said be honest.
Yes, be honest.
Right?
Yes,
So I have to be honest. So
important.
I don't know until I'm in that space. But I would love to tell you, like, I'm going to be there and we're going to talk on the phone every day and we're going to FaceTime. But I just can only draw off my past reference. It was only one. I was like 24, 25. So, but, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be honest, though.
You're fine. You're fine.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna have you pop now.
Can I ask one more question?
No,
okay.
it's time to pop.
It's time to pop.
Unless this question's really gonna help you decide.
This is really going to help me decide.
Okay. All right, let's do
Have
this.
you all been in a long distance relationship before?
Yes, they both have.
They both have been. Did they? I must have missed that. Okay.
No, I was just answering for them because
Oh.
it was from before.
Oh. So you know that? No?
Yeah, they said it earlier.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you're making it so hard for me. Okay.
All right. She was going for it anyway. All right. So, why did you have your balloon unpopped?
He's very handsome. He looks well put together. He's the kind of guy that I would go for. It seems like you walk in a room and you own it, so that's a good thing.
Okay. Okay.
And long distance, you not knowing about long distance
I know.
thing. What had me a little nervous there, but it's okay.
All right. And why did you end up popping her balloon?
To be honest, I did see her finger on the trigger. She was like, I saw her. She was like,
I give myself away.
yeah, you get it. Then it made me be like, all right, that's it. So that's really the only reason why I
It's
kind of.
because of the long distance.
Yeah, and I know that was a hard, not hard question, but I could see the hesitation with my answer. But like I said, I was literally trying to be truthful.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to just feed you, a line. So
Yes. I
that's
understand.
all I have to draw from.
I understand.
That's it. But
you're well put together.
yeah,
You're nice looking.
nothing wrong.
Okay. Thank you. All right. And now she's someone that's your type.
Sure, absolutely. I love the color. I love the skin tone. I'm into
you.
tattoos, so I love the tattoos too.
Okay. All right. So let's bring you up here. I'm going to have you scoot that way for me. Head on over there. You stand over here. All right. Any final questions between the two of you before we determine if there's a match? Don't make it no song question.
So, I want to know what's the most toxic thing you feel like you've done in a relationship?
I'm not a toxic person, so I've never done anything toxic before, but you're scaring me. So what's the
No,
most
that was the
toxic
answer
thing?
I was looking for. So.
Oh, I'm like, what's the most toxic thing you've done?
Oh, I'm not toxic. I'm sweet.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never.
Right,
yeah,
it's true.
yeah.
Do you have a question for her?
No, that's. I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous.
I mean, people get into toxic relationships all the time. That's how like a lot of men have like a lot of trauma. So that's why I feel it's hard to get into relationships. So if you were to be like, okay, look, I was young and I sat outside her house all night and, I noticed, boom, whatever.
Oh no.
It could be a whole lot of things, because I do feel like I'm not a toxic person. So if I ask, if it's reasonable, but if it was some like real like toxic, funny stuff, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not looking for a toxic relationship. I'm looking for something very healthy. I'm looking for a good future with, building with my partner, being happy, traveling the world.
Makes sense.
We could be in matching pajamas by Christmas.
Hey, yeah, I like
Christmas
it.
is
I
around
like
the
it.
corner.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah. I like
All
it.
right, so I'm gonna ask my final question now to the two of you. Is it a yes for you for him?
Yes.
And is it a yes for you for her?
Yes.
We got a match. I'll take the mic. Go ahead and get your lady. Make some noise for them, ladies.
They looked like a perfect match, but what was revealed in the catch-up will leave you speechless.
It was downhill from there.
Okay. Why was it downhill?
The first thing was like she was flying into, so she flew into Chicago, obviously, because that's where I'm from. And she was being very, I guess, cryptic would be the right word, or I don't know, guarded about like when she was coming in, the time she was coming in. She didn't really let me know anything. She just told me the day. And I was like, okay, well, what time? And so she didn't really let me know until I knew the day, but I didn't know the time. And so she ended up texting me the time when she got there. And because I wanted to know because I was going to pick her up from the airport, but I guess she had other plans. I don't know. So that I end up meeting her the first night at a restaurant in Chicago that her friend had taken her to. Might I add, also, she did bring her 14-year-old daughter with her, which I thought was kind of odd, but I guess I understood it because school was out. But nevertheless, her friend, who was a guy, brought her to the club or to the restaurant. I'm sorry. It was a club that night because it was after set. And we met up there. We talked for a bit. And then we left. I dropped her off at her guy friend's house. I have to keep reiterating guy friend house. And that's where she was staying at for her duration. We ended up talking on the phone a little bit while she was there. And then the next night, she told me that they were going to, she asked me if I wanted to go to a comedy show. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, where's the comedy show at? This and then she didn't know. And I think it was because her guy friend set this up. Because he was going to see someone up there. And so we went to the comedy show it was her, it was Karma, myself, the guy friend, and her daughter. We went there, saw the comedy show, and after that, we parted ways again. I asked her if she wanted to come over, but she said she wasn't comfortable leaving her daughter with the guy friend. I don't know. I think that's what she said. But anyway, she was supposed to link up with me one of the nights that she was there. She had told me that, oh, I'm going to cook for you. So I had went to the grocery store and like brought all these like ingredients and things because I wanted to cook. And that never happened. And then towards the end, the first thing there, when I stopped talking to her, she told me she was in a bad mood because I kept trying to hang out with her for a couple days after that. And she was in a bad mood because her ex was, I guess, antagonizing her. And I was telling her, like, why don't you just block them? Like, why would you even entertain your ex? And like, I just don't understand that. Like, if we're supposed to be exploring each other, like, why are you even entertaining him? And that had her in a bad mood. And then her phone got shut off. And she was telling me that she couldn't pay her phone bill because something was wrong with her, I don't know, her business account. She said she couldn't pay it from her. She was having an issue paying it from her business account. And I'm like, well, how are you talking to me? And she's like, oh, I'm on the Wi-Fi. And I was like, okay. That was odd to me. And then that's the truth, Karma. Come on now. You know that.
Hey, look, I'm letting you talk. Go
I'm
ahead.
not
I'm
making
gonna say my
anything up.
piece.
And so after that, I just pretty much was like, checked out at that point. He like that she was sad that I didn't check on her or see how she was going. And I'm like, well, I don't know what you really want me to do. Cause like you know, some people need space when they're going through things, but she told me no. And I'm like, okay, well, I gave her the advice that I had, which was concerning her ex. And I was like, you just don't need to entertain him. Just block him. Don't talk to him. And I really felt some way about that because I'm like, why am I talking to you about your ex? Like, I don't even, you know what I mean? I don't have those issues and I don't want to have to even navigate with you through that. So that was it. I just feel like I don't know what she thought this was, but I just feel like it was a bit of, I don't know what she thought this was, but it wasn't what she thought it was. And we just had a little blow ups too, like Misk about money. Because at one point she was like she said the comment to me, like, you don't seem like the type of guy that would give me your card. And I'm like, give you my card for what? And she's like, oh, well, if I'm your girl, like if something happens this, and I'm like, yeah, no, like I'm not that, like that type of dude. I don't know what you're used to, but I'm not that. Like, everybody should take care of themselves especially during the dating phase. Like, and it has nothing to do with being a provider, but you don't belong to me and I don't belong to you. Like, I don't, as far as that's concerned, I don't. So we had some, a few talks about that, but overall it was a no for me. It was just like an epic fail. And so I think I left with a pretty bad taste in my mouth. I did hit her up because we still followed each other on like IG, and I sent her like a little meme about like, it was something I saw like about an old guy like with money and like a younger girl like dating him for his money or something. I sent that to her. Like, I thought it was funny. Like, man, look, is this like maybe what you were looking for or something? And she was just like, no, you hurt my feelings. That's what she told me. No, like, you hurt my feelings. Don't make it any worse than what it is or something. And I was just like, okay. And that was like the last communication that we ever had.
Okay. All right, Karma. Let's hear about it from your side.
Okay, so let's rewind all the way back.
Yeah.
We did not go on a date. We went on a group excursion, right? For me, I said we should go off to the side, but they decided to all stay together because they were like, oh, well, why did we come out together if we weren't going to stay together? But in my mind, we're supposed to be getting to know each other.
Right.
Okay. I paid for my own food because I wasn't drinking alcohol, and I had some mac and cheese. I paid for my own food. When I ended up leaving, because I didn't want to stay out all night, he was leaving at like 3 o'clock in the morning or something because his flight was at 5. I didn't feel like it was respectful to be going to my friend's house at like 3 or 4 in the morning or whatever. So I left around 12 o'clock. When I left, he walked me to my friend's husband picked me up, and he was like, why is your friend's husband picking you up? I said, well, he's just being courteous. I don't know anyone here. He's dropping me off, etc. So I leaned in, I gave him a little peck, and he basically was like, what is that? He said, oh, you can come and you can stay with me. You don't have to go. And he was staying at the Motel 6. So I'm like, I'm definitely not going to no Motel 6 because we already know what timing that was on. When he got back to Chicago, when I got home, I texted him and I was like, made it home. Or I don't know, I think I like sent a heart or something. He never responded. And he did tell me, because Bien said, don't share numbers, don't exchange information with the other castmates. And that's exactly what he did. And he even told me when I left, because there was no communication after I left from Fat Tuesdays or wherever we were. When I had to check in with him to ask him, hey, did you make it back to Chicago safely? Because he never responded to my text. And then he proceeded to tell me how he was basically with Rudy and she was rubbing all on his back, you know, having several different types of conversation. So boom, within the week, I felt like our communication was really off. And I think I made it very clear that consistency and communication are two things that are really important to me, especially in the courting phase. Now, when we started talking, he would be like, oh, I'm going to the gym with my sister. I'll call you when I'm done. But he would never call me back. So that kind of became a thing. And of course, I'm like, hey, you know, you keep saying you're going to call me back. Are you dating someone else? Like, what's going on? Now, I thought that I was doing something sweet by buying a ticket and flying out to Chicago to kind of surprise him. I'm not about to go and stay at no man's house because I already know I'm going to buy my own ticket and I'm going to have somewhere to stay if I'm trying to get to know you, because we already know that if I go to his house, it's not going to be, oh yeah, I'm going to cook. I'm going to be sleeping in the bed with you. And we already know, yeah, we are both adults, but I went to Chicago so that I could try to get to know this man. And the thing that really threw me off was the fact that he lied about his career. And it really upset me because if he would have told me what he actually does, and he did say that he made up his career. So boom, I go to Chicago. My friend DJ's at Jerk Villa. So we stopped at Jerk Villa because while I was up there, I was going to be working at that restaurant. He comes over and meets me at Jerk Villa and he brought his cousin. So I'm literally sitting there like this with nobody to talk to. And he's just engaging with his friend. I mean, his cousin. So I was like, damn, did you come to see me? Or did you, you know, or are you here with him? So, boom, this is the first night. He drops me off to my friend's house where my daughter was there. So he dropped me to my friend's house. He knows where it is. The next night I said we're going to a comedy show. He got to meet my daughter and my best friend. My best friend was there seeing a girl that was actually a comedian. So I don't understand why he's trying to make it seem like I am I was out there with some man that made our situation uncomfortable because I invited him over to the house. Um, I invited him after Thanksgiving because he was with his mom for Thanksgiving. So this is night two. We stayed out until 5 o'clock in the morning hanging out. So I think maybe you forgot that. We went to several different bars, right? And at 5 in the morning, we went to like a little like Waffle House style, like um early morning diner. And we ended up sitting there and we ended up watching Pop the Balloon. So after that, he dropped me home because every night are you coming home with me? The first night, are you coming with me? I said, no, I want to get my daughter settled in. The second night, are you coming home with me? I said, no, because it's supposed to be snowed in. Like it's, you know, so I don't want to be stuck with this guy. And I told him specifically, I said, you know, I didn't really think it through because I know that you're going to want to spend time with me. However, you know that my daughter's there. Fortunately, his daughter wasn't around because she went out of town. So we didn't have to balance him spending time with his daughter and me spending time with my daughter. Now we get to the day when I told him that I was feeling a little down. We went for Thanksgiving. I invited him to come and hang out with us for Thanksgiving. He was with his family. And he just kept saying, when do you want me to pick you up? It was like 12 o'clock at night. So I said, I'm going to take an Uber to you in the morning and we're going to work out and then we'll spend the day together. He basically was like, oh, you're acting like you don't want to come to my house. Eventually you're going to come to you have to come to my house. So I felt like I was just being pressured to come to his house so he could try to sleep with me. And I was like, I flew out here to try to get to know this man, right? So basically, what he said was, he was like, I don't know why you're worrying about it. But I mean, damn, where's the empathy? Like, where's the care? I literally had to tell him, you know, you should try to treat me the way that you treat your young daughter, because he's really hard. He's really tough, and that comes from his job. And if he would have told the truth about his job, I would have never dated him. I would have never picked him. And I told him, I said, treat me the way that you treat your daughter, because he told me that his daughter made him become like more caring. And when he talks about women on the phone with me, he'd be like, these dumb bees, these stupid hoes. And I'm like, why do you talk about women like that? Oh, I won't talk to you like that. So he's saying all these things about me. Like, I thought that I was doing something nice coming there. But when he told me, oh, don't text me, he literally said that. And I said, you're disrespectful. I said, you asked for grace. I asked for empathy, right? And I'm trying to communicate with him every day. I flew out to Chicago. I stayed there for 2 weeks. I stayed in Chicago for 2 weeks. And when he sent me this thing, basically trying to say I was a gold digger, I just told him, if I was a gold digger, I would not be trying to talk to you. And it really did. It hurt my feelings. I felt embarrassed. I felt hurt. And we have not talked since that day.
Number one, she's a liar. She's lying about several things. And I'll start. Number one, I did not tell the truth about my profession. So I'm a police officer, and people have reservations about police officers, right? So when I came to the show, I was like, man, I don't want to say that, because we know the state of America and the state of policing and how people feel about police in America, right? And
You call
so,
me a liar, but you lied.
and I did. However, what she's not saying is this: I told her that immediately after the show. When we matched, we went out to dinner. All of us did as a group, and I immediately told her, I said, hey, before we get started, I want to tell you right now, like, I made that up. I'm a police officer, and I said it because of X, Y, and Z. And then she was like, oh, okay, I understand. I got it. Boom, boom. So it's a lie that you didn't know, and you would have never came to Chicago
I
and
wouldn't
all that.
have. I wouldn't have.
She's
I would
lying.
have never been at dinner with you. I would have never
Karma,
been there. I would have
Karma,
never
I
been
told you
there.
at Karma, didn't I tell you at dinner? Yes or no?
Yes,
Did
I
I
would have
tell you at
popped my
dinner?
balloon on you. I would have popped
Karma,
my
did I?
So
balloon, and I
Karma,
would have never been there.
my
Do you
question
not
is,
understand what
he's
I'm
saying,
saying?
hold on, Greg, one second. So he's saying he told you that same night that you guys matched. However, you still ended up going to Chicago to meet up with him. He's saying, like, if that was a deal breaker for you, why did you then go on out there still to meet him?
Yes, no, I completely understand that. And as I said
The
before,
lie.
I would have never, I would have never been at that dinner with him. I would have never matched with him. So I would have never been there for him to tell me that information. I felt like I was already there. I'm already in the situation. He did tell me at dinner. And yes, I was like, okay, well, I'm already here. So how is that a lie?
Why did you come to Chicago? That's what Arlette asked you. You are you not
Yes,
understanding?
I
Answer
came to
Arlette's
Chicago
question,
because we
please.
had been talking. I came to Chicago because we had matched, and I was trying to see if it was going to go anywhere. I didn't say that you lied to me. I said that you lied
Does
about
that
what you
make
did. And if you would have said that you were a police officer, I would have never, I would have popped my balloon. I would have never seen you after that show. So that's where I'm coming from. I would have never been there. There would have been no reason
Arlette?
for me to be in Chicago.
So
Arlette,
then,
let me.
is it a
Okay, go ahead.
major deal breaker for you if after you did get that information, you still went out there to get to know him?
Yeah, well, I didn't feel like it was a deal breaker at that time because I continued to talk to him, and we didn't
Okay.
have we didn't have a lot of issues.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay. Sorry, Greg. You can continue then.
Thank you. So as we all see, what she said made zero sense. She's bouncing back and forth. I know you. I know you see that too, Arlette. So now, the next lie that she's saying is that she felt pressured to come to my house. I probably asked this girl out of the week that we were talking, I probably asked her twice to come to my house. I.e., the reason I was asking is because she told me out of her mouth, this is even before she got to Chicago, that, hey, we're going to spend time together, and I want us to spend time together. I'm going to wake up and cook you breakfast. So actually, we were supposed to go to the grocery store to go get groceries for her so when we woke up, she would cook breakfast. It did not happen. And I think that was on me because I think I had to get my hair cut or something at the time. And so I was just in the grocery store myself. And we were on the phone while I was in the grocery store. And she was actually asking me like, what do you want me to cook? This and that. And I remember everything. I said, oh, I want salmon croquettes. And she was like, oh, I could make that good. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to get the salmon and I'm going to buy eggs. And I was getting all the ingredients. So once again, this is her lying or omitting
Okay,
the
I'm going to
truth
tell you to stop calling
as
me a
to
liar
how
because you're being disrespectful. And I was
okay.
only literally there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thanksgiving was Thursday, and we never talked after that. So you're making it seem like I was out there all this time. I didn't have to cook that first day or that second day. I can cook whenever I make it to your house. But we all know, and I have all the text messages. So please stop acting like you weren't like adamant about me coming to your house.
Okay. Once again, one thing I don't do, especially because there are text messages, is lie. So Arlette, if she can show you text messages where I pressured her then she feels free, please, to show. But she knows what I'm saying is the truth, and that's why she's
No, it's
interrupting.
not.
That's
It's
why
not.
the truth, you know what I mean? Sometimes people can't, just like she didn't want to answer your question about her coming to Chicago after she found out that I was a police officer day one. Yet
How did
she
I not
still.
answer that question?
Second of all, here's another thing, Arlette, for us to talk about. She came here and I didn't ask for her to come here. I told her, let's wait until December. She insisted upon coming. That's another thing. So that's very odd for you to insist upon coming to Chicago to see a cop that you would have never dated. You would have never made it past go with me, but you insisted. I told her, let's wait until December. No, she in fact told me that it was too long. That's too long.
Yeah,
If we
I
want to
wanted
get
to
to
get
know
to
each
know.
other,
I wanted to get to know
Hold on,
you.
Comrade. Let's let him finish, and then
Damn,
I'll hop
if
back
I
over
wanted
to
to get to
you.
know you.
Hold on, Comrade. We'll get back over to you. Let's let Greg finish, and then we'll hop over to your side. So why did you want to wait until December?
So I wanted to wait until December because, number one, it was the holidays. Because she literally came, like she said, during Thanksgiving. She literally came Tuesday night. I had you. Thanksgiving is Thursday. So I'm prepping to be with my family, you know what I mean? With my mom. My mom lives in another state, by the way. She lives in Wisconsin. So I was like, God, let's just wait until I literally told her the first week of December. That's what I said. I said, let's wait till the first week of December because, wait till after Thanksgiving. That wasn't good enough. She's like, okay. So if you want to come down here, that's fine. So when she's trying to make this whole thing about her daughter and this, and it's like, you didn't have to, you could have waited until after that when your daughter and made plans for your daughter. You didn't have to do that, Karma, but you did. And now you're trying to put this, and paint me as if I'm pressuring you. There was no pressure on me because I told you, let's wait. Now you came and yes, I did. Let's talk about this. I did bring and I'm going to try to wrap this up, land the plane, right? I brought my cousin the first night that I met her because I told her she's not from Chicago. I am. The place that she was at, Arlette, was in the hood on 79th Street. You ask anybody in Chicago, they know about 79th Street. It is not and I'm a police officer, so I know, right? I'm like, this is not the place that you even want to go alone. And I told her that when I got there. I was like, man, this is the hood. Like, this is not even normal for this to be like this. Like, I'm surprised your friend told you to come here. Like, this is not it. So
there.
I'm like, okay, nevertheless, I'm not talking about DJ. I'm telling you the environment of what was going on 79th Street. Matter of fact, when we left, there was probably 1,000 cops outside. And I was like, you see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. So we in a hood. So, and she doesn't know that, so I don't hold that against her. But I was telling her that while we were there, like, man, we in the hood, so that's why I brought my cousin more than just me. I'm like, man, because it's 79th Street, this is odd. And as far as spending time together, when you're saying spending time together, I don't understand how you actually in your mind thought that you could spend time with someone when you have your 14-year-old daughter with you, who you have to see about, right? That's a priority. You have to get that. That's a priority.
But we did spend time together when
And
she was there.
no, we spent time. You and I never spent exclusive time alone getting to know each other. What happened is every time we met, it was in a group setting. It was with your daughter. It was with your friend. I forget his name. And we were with my friends when we all went out and we like bar hopped.
But didn't we?
So that's what that was. But
Oh, okay. All right.
nevertheless, after that, as far as her saying, oh, he talks bad about women and this and that. So we're adults, and Karma and I were having some spirited debates, right? About specifically what provider is, what, kind of like the roles of men and women. And so in that I used some expletives? Yes, I did. So, and she did address it. She was like, man, I don't like the way you talk about them. I'm like, man, well, listen, I feel very passionate about the things that I'm saying as far as the roles that men and women take in a relationship and how bad the dating uh, pool is out here. So I want to keep that in contrast when we're talking, because she's trying to play this role of like, oh, woe is me and this big bad guy. And come on, man, that's not me at all. No one will ever tell you that. And so that's it. That's it, Arlette.
He lied about his job. She showed up unannounced with her daughter and a male best friend. He bought groceries for a meal that never happened, and it all ended with a meme. Who do you think was wrong? Was it Greg or Karma? Or are some matches just not meant to be? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more episodes like these.